Chelsea defeat Borussia Dortmund. We get into the last 8 of the Champions League. Graham Potter believes his job is safe. But is it? Because we've got reliable sources such as Matt Law coming out with Todd Boehly's new demands. These demands are great. These demands is what we expect at Chelsea. Levi Colwill and Hudson-Odoi both on loan. But guess what? Both of them are saying different sides of the story, and it's evident which one we're trying to keep and which one's going to be leaving the club. And finally, Mykhailo Mudryk. What is going on? Kai Havertz and Raheem Sterling. Public backing of the manager. We've got all the news you guys need to hear. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys. It's not even 24 hours after the game, right? But I am still in awe. I'm still ecstatic, I'm still happy, and I'm positive about our team, and it makes me feel like we are going in a positive direction. By no means am I saying Graham Potter is a fantastic manager and he needs to be our manager for the foreseeable future, and I trust the process, but I am saying we have room for optimism, we have room for reasoning to be happy about our team, and we can see that our players care, our manager cares, and our owner cares. That's all we can ask. So let's break down the stories A to Z. I gave you guys the running order already, but all I ask from you guys is to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We made 25,000. It's absolutely unbelievable. Next target is 50k. Let's get to that as quick as possible so you guys know the drill. If you've already subscribed, you hit the like button and you comment in the comment below what number like you are. And if you haven't subscribed, well, subscribe. You stay. So at this moment in time, if you don't know who Matt Law is, I don't know where you've been sleeping. Maybe it's under a rock, but I'm going to break it down. Matt Law is basically a Chelsea insider. He's an ITK, and Matt Law has been releasing stories that are very interesting. He always gets briefed by the club. It's as simple as that. He's basically the club's voice out of the club. That's the way you need to put it, right? He's not involved with Chelsea directly, but he is behind closed doors, allegedly. He's coming out and saying that Todd Boehly yesterday was down with the team after the result. We saw videos of this. He was hugging Graham Potter with a beer in his hand. He was super happy. He's not happy to settle here. He believes that this team is good enough to be winning the next 2 games. He believes this team should be beating Leicester, should be beating Everton, and then moving on to Aston Villa and getting 3 points. And you know what? I don't disagree with him. I believe Potter needs to carry on getting results. I believe that I went through 3 games, 3 wins in 17 games, and no way is 190 minute of football going to erase all of that. No way are you getting a blank sheet from just 90 minutes of football. We need to start seeing this on a consistent basis. Graham Potter, you've started well now with a good win. We need to see this against Leicester. We need 3 points, and then we need another 3 points, and we need another 3 points. And then we'll discuss where we are when it comes to Liverpool FC. That's as simple as that. Boehly's basically saying, Potter, if you don't sort out your act, you still will be sacked. I love it. That's the kind of standards we expect at Chelsea Football Club, and Matt Law is telling it openly to every single one. I will say one thing though, it was evidently very clear that a lot of the players really back Graham Potter. After the game, we saw an interview with Kai Havertz and Raheem Sterling on the pitch, and their words were very interesting, very clear, very concise, especially Kai Havertz. He openly discussed about the manager's credentials and how he rates him and how he respects him, and it was lovely to hear in the sense that you can tell these players are not throwing in the towel. And another thing you can tell, some of these players care a lot more than they have been showing recently, because we're starting to see now that their backs are against the wall, which ones are retaliating. Let me give you a few examples. Ben Chilwell, I've been giving him a lot of plaudits, been calling him basic Ben for a while. You could see he's showing fight, he's showing determination, and he's being very, very positive with the way he's interacting with his teammates. Today, basically, randomly puts up a picture, my bros, Cucurella and Ruben Loftus-Cheek back in his beef. And for me, I think that's important. It shows camaraderie, it shows chemistry, it shows like them being together as an entity against everyone else. We have all of a sudden got an us against the world atmosphere at the club, and that's something we need. Kai Havertz publicly discussing that he wants to back the manager, essentially, and that the manager's showing faith in him. That's amazing. And then there are players such as Raheem Sterling. And what really irritates me is, no matter how good Raheem's going to be, I don't think he's ever going to win a section of the fan base over. I think a section of the fan base have made up their mind. Raheem Sterling's not good enough. Raheem Sterling won't get enough goal. Raheem Sterling's wasteful in front of goal. Raheem Sterling's just not good enough. He's a Manchester City reject. He never made it at Liverpool. That is what you consistently hear. But in reality, Raheem Sterling is a guaranteed 10 to 15 goals Premier League guy a season. He generates so many chances purely based off his movement and pace. And he actually is a good goal scorer. This team lacks them. And you saw yesterday when you dropped Kai into the 10 with Joao Felix floating in behind, Raheem Sterling playing the 9, literally running in behind and linking up and drifting out wide. All of a sudden we look like a different entity. We look like a different team. We need to back these players. That's the front three. Go with it, Potter, and you will save you. The treatment of Mikhailo Mudryk is one that is very interesting. I was very annoyed yesterday, and I took my venting to Twitter. I don't understand why the individual's not playing. A lot of people gave me their perspective, and I'm starting to see man management from Potter. Right? He took Cucurella out the firing line for a while. Cucurella openly said that really helped him calm down, settle in, and almost just deflect from the storyline, right? A lot of people did not want to give him credit for a while. He was viewed as a Tuchel flop signing. All of a sudden, after 90 minutes of good football, everyone's like, oh my God, Cucurella is amazing. So if it takes that for someone to go from here to here or here to here, then we're not judging players correctly. But in this case, Mikhailo Mudryk, what's going on? So Mikhailo Mudryk has been at the club since January. And once he's joined the club, Mikhailo Mudryk is not getting the opportunities he was promised, in my opinion, when he signed. He got 180 minutes of Premier League football under his belt, and he's got 71 minutes of Champions League football out of a possible nearly 200 minutes. So whilst the people are going to say, you know what, Alex, he's played a decent amount, he hasn't. He really hasn't. He's getting bit part minutes for an individual that's just broke through the team. I want to understand why. Because people are going to say, Potter's managing him. He's still in his pre-season. He's not ready to be a player for Chelsea at this moment in time. But I'm asking you a question. Why on earth is Christian Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech getting the minutes that Mudryk should be getting? A lot of you are going to link it to Pep and say Pep does this with people off on their first season. Bernardo Silva, Cancelo, Jack Grealish. They were all bench players coming off. Mudryk's not even playing bench minutes. Like, he's literally a DMP for the last 3 games. Did not play consistently. Something has gone on. Something is wrong, and I don't understand it. Because you can't be giving players that are publicly known that they're going to leave, Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, minutes, instead of an individual like Noni Madueke, or the player that you invested out £90 million into potentially in Mikhailo Mudryk. You have to give him an opportunity. People are going to use the Klopp analogy. Oh, Klopp did it with Fabinho. Fabinho was coming on. I understand there's man management. But then there's something called coddling. And sometimes coddling someone too much will just not allow them to develop. He needs to play. He's young. And his confidence will get rattled because he is on social media and we all know it. And once he starts making bit part minutes that are unimpactful, the abuse he's going to get from certain people in the fan base will impact him. I promise you. This needs to change. That's just my personal. And finally, now we need to talk about Levi Colwill and Callum Hudson-Odoi. Bruh, 2 people could not be having more polar opposite experiences on loan. Callum Hudson-Odoi's loan started off well, and then it really deteriorated quickly. Injury problems, lack of minutes, being hooked at half-time, and now being a DMP consistently under Xabi Alonso has left him in a place where all of a sudden he's got the weaker upper hand. There is no upper hand for Callum Hudson-Odoi. He's going to get whatever club he's given at the end of the summer. He's going to have 1 year left on his deal. We're going to most probably generate 10 to 15 to 20 million pounds at best for him. And he's going to have to understand that the next club he's going to will not be a club of Roma or Bayer Leverkusen stature. He's going to be going to bottom half Bundesliga, bottom half Serie A, bottom half of La Liga, bottom half Premier League. Then you have Levi Colwill, who were literally getting plaudits for on a weekly basis. And what was more evident than not, Levi Colwill came out and said all he cares about now is playing till the end of the season and developing himself. And more importantly, he's having weekly conversations with Chelsea. And you have Callum Hudson-Odoi doing an interview with Sky Sports where he literally says he hasn't spoken to no one from Chelsea for a while. All these players that they're signing, he has no clue what's going on with his future. And the reason being is you're not performing on the pitch. And sadly, this is what happens. It doesn't matter how much potential you have. If you do not perform on the potential, your ability is non-inclusive. People will not care. He's paid a lot of money, and I rate this player a lot. But I understand, if you're not delivering, there's no point of having you in the team. And at this moment in time, he's not delivering at Bayern, and it's frustrating. Levi Colwill looks set to sign a new contract, come back, and this back three is going to suit him to a T. Whether he's going to play in the middle, which I like to call the Thiago Silva role, or he's going to be battling Badiashile on the left-hand side, this is going to be a very complete defense. Fofana, potentially Colwill, and Badiashile was sorted for years to come. I don't want Gvardiol. It's not worth it. If we get him, it's a bonus. But I don't think we have to allocate our resources there. We need more urgent matters, the midfield and the potential number 9. But other than that, guys, this was the Kavkas View. I hope you lot enjoyed it. Thank you very much for 25k. You don't understand how much it means to me. It's something that I've been working to for a while. And now I want to get to that 50,000. And I want to do it in record time. It took me 4 years nearly to get to 25,000. 4 years nearly. I want to smash it and get to 50k within a year. Because now the growth is there. Now the algorithm likes me. Now I know what I'm doing. I'm not learning on the job. I'm not releasing a video once a week. I'm not editing the video. Now I know what I'm doing. I really appreciate your support. Peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day.